Hello everybody, my name is Brianne Bilo and I'm a meteorologist here with the National Weather Service office in Grand Junction, Colorado, and this is your April 2024 monthly climate summary. I apologize that this one is late. I've taken on some other duties here in the office, and last month that ended up really being where my priorities lie, so you're getting it a little late, but you are getting it. So, story of the month, we had our early April blowing dust event, and I actually was not here for this one. I was visiting family in New York State where it was cold and raining. So, strong gusty southwest winds ahead of an approaching low pressure system seems to be kind of the story of the season. Picked up a substantial amount of dust across northern Arizona and blown it into southeastern Utah. So you can see here these yellow kind of blurry streaks here, that is all dust. And you can see it's sourcing here in northeastern Arizona and coming into southeastern Utah, where we saw significant reduction to visibility, as you can see here with this Utah Department of Transportation camera on US 160 in Monument Valley. That is definitely some significantly reduced visibility. You can just make out the shape of some terrain features in the background. And then here we have the Utah State University campus in Monument Valley. And again, you can see this blowing dust and the significant reduction in visibility. And this went on long enough, and the visibility reductions were significant enough that we actually issued a dust storm warning for southeastern Utah through 8 p.m. that evening. So definitely not necessarily a unique event, but definitely an interesting one. Forgive me, I've lost my mouse. Where is it? There it is. So moving on, April 2024, looking at our highest high temperatures. So the highest high we saw was 86 degrees in Grand Junction on the 23rd. Coolest highest high we saw was 68 degrees in Aspen, again on the 23rd. And as I've mentioned before, you can see all of these are on the 23rd. We had a particularly potent hot snap at that point that led to our highest temperatures, but also as we move through the month of April and through the spring itself, you will start to see these warmest temperatures happening at the end of the month. Moving into coldest temperatures of the month, Meeker came in with 12 degrees on the 7th, and that was our coldest spot. Grand Junction, also on the 7th, hit 25. We did actually issue freeze products for this one, as some of our areas, some of the lower elevations particularly, had already started to see growing. Our orchards here in the Grand Valley particularly. So this was kind of a big deal. Again, I was in New York State. I missed this one as well, so I can't tell you that much about it, but it definitely happened. Precipitation, not the best for the month of April, but I've definitely noticed that these 10 sites tend to be representative more of our lower elevations rather than the higher elevations, where we have actually seen quite a bit of precipitation accumulating snow throughout the month of April. So the fact that all of these came in with below normal precipitation does not necessarily mean that the entire county warning area saw below normal precipitation. I would highly encourage you to take a look at the write-up for the monthly climate summary, and you can actually, there's an image there that will show you the departures in a graphical format over the whole county warning area, so eastern Utah and western Colorado. But as far as our 10 climate sites are concerned, not the best. Our big winner here was Craig, with just about 1.2 inches of precipitation, which is almost half an inch below normal. Vernal here at the bottom, unfortunately Vernal has not done well this spring, with just 0.12 of an inch, and that was just over 0.6 of an inch below normal. Our departures ranged anywhere from around about 1/10 of an inch all the way to over an inch, so almost 1.2 inches in Meeker. Definitely not the best month. We definitely saw a little bit of a return to that warm, windy, and dry spring weather that we typically see. Looking at our drought update, we have drought persisting across portions of eastern Utah and western Colorado here. So we have an area of moderate or D1 drought. And then again, down here in southwest Colorado, while the majority of the area remains in abnormally dry conditions, so that's D0. But the northwest Colorado, the eastern Uintas, and our northern and central mountains remain drought-free. And again, this is kind of where we saw the precipitation over the course of the month, and it's not necessarily representative of where our 10 climate sites are. Looking at our drought tendency, and I say this every month, but I'm going to keep on saying it just in case you're new here, the abnormally dry D0 condition for the sake of the drought tendency does not count as drought. So that's why you'll see no signal where this abnormally dry conditions are, but you will see drought persisting where we have that moderate D1 drought. So with those, again, drought persisting, potentially getting worse, this really doesn't tell you what's going to happen with drought that already exists, unless it's about to be removed. But it also will tell you that the abnormally dry conditions will either go away or they'll stay the way they are. Likewise, areas that are drought-free at the moment could develop abnormally dry conditions, and this again would not show it. So this focuses only on drought that is D1 or worse. Looking at our snowpack, southeastern Utah, again, kind of reflective of that warm and dry pattern that we've gotten into. We are significantly melting out here. We are at 35% of normal. But the northern areas, so the Duchesne Basin, northeastern Uinta is doing a bit better. Duchesne Basin right around normal at 99%. Northeastern Uinta is a little below normal, about 70% of normal, but still that's not terrible. We've had worse years. Moving over to western Colorado, again, southern portions not doing as hot. So the San Miguel, Dolores, Animas, and San Juan, as well as the Gunnison Basin, sitting at right about 70 to 80% of normal. So below normal, but like could be a lot worse. We could already be significantly melting out down here. Northern half looking pretty good, sitting right around normal with the Yampa White Little Snake and the Colorado headwaters sitting right around 95% of normal for by the end of the month of April. And then looking at the Climate Prediction Center outlook, equal chances of above or below normal temperatures across all of eastern Utah and western Colorado, and then equal chances of above or below normal precipitation across the vast majority of eastern Utah and western Colorado, with the exception of a portion of southwest Colorado where there is a slight tendency towards below normal precipitation. And that's it for the month of April. Again, I'm really sorry this is late and it's kind of old news at this point, but hopefully you'll get something out of it. If not, you'll at least enjoy my funny witty banter. Have a good one, everybody.